what you know about your own body may be far from the truth. Did you know that your bite rivals that of a pit bull? That your heart pumps blood with enough force to reach 30 feet? Or that your eyes outperform any modern camera? Our body is a perfect machine, full of abilities that go unnoticed. Every beat of your heart, every blink, every breath, it all works in an extraordinary way without you having to think about it. What if I told you that there are even more secrets about your body that may surprise you? If someone told you that the strongest muscle in the body is not in the arms or legs, but in the mouth, would you believe them? Well, the jaw is a real powerhouse, capable of exerting a bite force of around 90 kilograms. To put this into perspective, a pit bull has an average bite force of 125 kilograms, so its mouth is not far behind. This anatomical detail explains how we can chew harder foods, such as nuts and dried meat, without even thinking about the effort involved. Now, imagine the impact this has on your routine. Have you ever noticed that, when you are stressed, you tend to clench your teeth without realizing it? This happens because the jaw is incredibly strong and can withstand a lot of pressure. But be careful. This habit can lead to problems such as bruxism, which wears down the teeth and can cause headaches. If you identify with this, a good tip is to practice jaw relaxation exercises and, if necessary, wear a protective plate when sleeping. In addition to chewing and sometimes relieving stress, the jaw also plays a crucial role in communication. Have you ever noticed how articulating words depends entirely on this muscle? Without it working properly, even speaking would be a challenge. Nature really thought of everything. And speaking of endurance and strength, have you ever wondered which organ works tirelessly, without rest, from the first to the last second of your life? If there is one organ that deserves absolute respect, it is the heart. This small but tireless engine of the human body pumps blood with such a strong pressure that it could throw it almost 9 meters away. This means that, with each beat, it generates an impressive force to ensure that oxygen and nutrients reach every corner of your body. And, most impressively, it does this about 100,000 times a day, non-stop. A true survival machine. Now, think about the following situation. You climb a few flights of stairs and feel your heart racing. This is just a reminder that it is there, working for you. But, are you doing your part to help it? Small habits, such as walking daily, reducing excessive salt intake and staying hydrated, make all the difference in keeping this organ strong and strong. Interestingly, people who laugh more tend to have a healthier heart, since laughter reduces stress and improves blood circulation. But if the heart has all this power, does it also influence the growth of the body? The answer may surprise you. From birth, your baby works double time to ensure that every cell gets the fuel it needs to grow and develop. And speaking of growth, did you know that a newborn sees the world very differently than we imagine? Imagine entering a completely new world, where everything is unknown and, to top it off, you can only see in black and white. This is how a newborn perceives reality. In the first few days of life, their vision is still developing, and they see everything blurry, without defined colors. Their focus is also limited, and they can only clearly distinguish faces or objects that are about 20 to 30 centimeters away, exactly the distance from their mother's face during breastfeeding. Nature really planned everything down to the smallest detail. But the transformation happens quickly. Around 1 month of age, babies begin to perceive some nuances of color, and between 3 and 4 months, the world begins to take on vibrant hues. Interestingly, red is usually one of the first colors they can distinguish. And this explains why many children's toys are flashy, full of bright and contrasting tones. This phase of visual discovery is essential for cognitive development, because the more stimuli the baby receives, the stronger the brain becomes. And since we're talking about visual perception, have you ever stopped to think about the absurd precision of our eyes? If they were compared to a camera, the resolution would be unbelievable, far beyond any technology ever developed. Want to know how impressive that is? Then get ready for some data that will change the way you see your own vision. If you think modern camera technology is impressive, wait until you see the capabilities of your own eyes. If we were to compare human vision to a digital camera, we would be talking about a resolution of approximately 576 megapixels. This means that in terms of sharpness and detail, no smartphone, drone, or professional lens comes close to what your eyes are capable of capturing. And the most incredible thing, all of this happens automatically, without the need for manual adjustments of focus or exposure. Now think about it. When you look at a distant horizon, you can distinguish colors, depth, and small details in a matter of milliseconds. Your brain processes this information with incredible precision, making it possible to recognize faces, read signs from meters away, and even perceive subtle expressions of emotion in people. This is one of the reasons why we connect so visually with the world around us. In fact, have you ever noticed how an image can trigger instant emotions? This sensitivity of vision is even used in marketing, when choosing colors to influence our decisions. But what really makes this visual ability impressive is the speed at which the brain processes information. In a matter of milliseconds, it translates everything that the eyes capture and transforms it into perception. And speaking of speed, did you know that the nerve impulses that carry this information within the brain travel at incredible speeds? The response time is so fast that we can barely perceive the complexity of this process happening within us. Have you ever had that feeling of reacting to something before you even realized what was happening? Like when an object falls off a table and, without thinking, your hand moves to try to catch it. This happens because the human brain is a true speed machine. It processes information in an incredible 13 milliseconds. That's faster than the blink of an eye and allows us to make instant decisions without having to consciously think about them. This ultra-fast response time is essential for survival. Imagine crossing the street and, suddenly, a car appears in your field of vision. Before you even formulate a conscious thought about the danger, your nerve impulses have already triggered signals for your body to react and get out of the way. And this mechanism doesn't stop there. It also explains how we can play an instrument, drive a car, or play sports without having to analyze every movement. Over time, certain actions become automatic, because the brain learns to respond faster than we can realize. But all this speed only works well if the nervous system is up to date. What few people know is that good habits, such as a diet rich in omega-3, found in fish such as salmon and sardines, a good night's sleep, and constant mental challenges, such as strategy games, help maintain this efficiency. Now, think about it. If the brain processes information so quickly, imagine what happens to the cells in the body, which are constantly renewing themselves without us noticing. By the way, did you know that your skin completely renews itself every few weeks? It may not seem like it, but you have had several versions of your skin throughout your life. This is because the human body has an incredible cell renewal system, and the skin, our largest organ, completely renews itself every 28 to 30 days. In other words, the skin you see in the mirror today is not the same as it was a month ago. The process is so subtle that we don't even notice it, but every second, thousands of dead cells are peeled off and replaced by new ones, keeping the body's protective barrier constantly renewed. Now, think about it. If the skin regenerates all the time, why do some people look healthier and younger than others? The answer lies in taking care of this natural renewal. Factors such as hydration, a diet rich in antioxidants, and the use of sunscreen make all the difference. A simple habit, such as drinking more water, already speeds up the elimination of toxins and improves the quality of the new skin that appears. Want an extra tip? Moderate exfoliation helps remove dead cells, facilitating renewal and leaving the skin more vibrant. But the body doesn't stop there. It has other impressive mechanisms to ensure our survival, even in extreme situations. Have you ever noticed how, when you dive into cold water, your body automatically slows down your heart rate? This is just one of the reflexes that ensure we continue to function in any environment. And if I told you that your body has some secret tricks in store for you when you're underwater, would you believe me? The human body is such a well-designed machine that, upon coming into contact with water, it activates an automatic survival mode. As soon as we dive, the body reduces its heart rate and releases red blood cells stored in the spleen, increasing the efficiency of oxygen transport. This phenomenon, known as the diving reflex, is an evolutionary remnant that allows us to withstand short periods without breathing, something that marine mammals, such as whales and seals, use to prolong their dives. Now, think about it. If even the body knows how to save energy and optimize vital functions, are we using this knowledge to our advantage? Many athletes and divers train specific techniques to improve this reflex, improving lung capacity and teaching the body to better manage oxygen. One example is the controlled breathing method, used by free divers to be able to stay underwater for several minutes without panicking or pushing the body beyond its limits. But, in addition to helping with aquatic survival, This mechanism gives us clues about how well our body is able to adapt to the surrounding environment. Interestingly, this ability isn't limited to water. Our bodies are constantly adjusting their internal functions to ensure that we can live our best lives. And this leads us to a fascinating question. How many other interesting facts about our bodies have we not yet explored? Now that you've discovered these interesting facts about your body, tell me, how many of them surprised you? While you're here, your body operates like a perfect machine, without you having to think about it. But are you really taking advantage of its full potential? Knowing this isn't just a matter of curiosity, it's an invitation to take better care of yourself and explore new capabilities. And now, I want to know, which of these discoveries impressed you the most? Comment below. Oh, and to continue learning about the human body and other incredible curiosities, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. There are still many surprising things to come.